name is Rob Papen here in London in the producer session at the Audio School of Engineering here, and show you a bit about Punch. It's a new product, but in the meantime we already had far more presets for Punch, and maybe nice to show you a few little tweaks we added inside the newest version of Punch. This one, for instance, is one of the newer grooves. It uses the built-in samples, but also use the synthesized function. Okay, as you may know, we have a built-in sequencer in which you can build your own grooves. Hitting one note, start, for instance, groove 1. You hear a big orchestral bass drum. If we go to this section, we use bass drum 1 here, which is an edited acoustic bass drum, and on track 2 is sample 3, and sample 3 is this one. And if you look here, it's a timpani. But we use here all kind of synthesized function to mold and change the sound. It's not always making it natural, but that's the whole aim of Punch, of course, to seek for new directions. Another sound you heard is in this one. Let's check. You can hear this very high one. Well, this is done using not another sample or another sound. This is done by using another tuning for one step. So if I shut down the bass drum, I can mute it here. Little trick here, I can mute the bass drum. So on sample 3, it plays on bar on step 1, on step 9, and on step 13. Only on step 9 I pitch it up 48 semitones, and that makes this high note, this high sound, which is, so it's not a snare or something like that, but it's essentially this timpani sound. I can bring it down. So we very use the sequencers on board of Punch as a sound creating tool and seek new directions from that point. If you click here, I did that on the track letters. It can mute a track inside of the sequence playing. These are little features inside Punch we added. If you use the right mouse button, you can see you can mute a track. You can copy a track from one groove. All kind of little gems are inside Punch. Another thing I'd like to show you now in the newest version we have is that inside the manager you also can control the drum presets. And the drum presets are different from the general presets. The general preset is your whole kit together with the sequences. But each drum pad or drum sound, if we go back to the pads here, like a bass drum, on the snare. Let's take this one as an example. Here we have the snare 1, and we can pick a preset also in the more upper right corner of this snare. So I can change here and going to a different preset. That's one option you have to make your own kit. We have a lot of presets inside of it. In the snare section you can see we're at over 150 snares. But if you go, for instance, to the sample part, there you can see that we have for the sample pads already many presets built, over 500. So it's we use then the built-in samples which are installed during the install and edited, and then we create completely new presets. So if you want to build your own drum kits, you also can simply use one of the presets we added. So one way of doing it is just selecting the pad sound, or the pad, or the clap, or whatever you want. But the other option you have is also visit the manager. And inside the manager you can select here, instead of patterns, showing the drum patterns, the drum presets. And on the left you can see we have all the pads. So here we have bass drum, clap, and let's say if you want to have another different snare, the thing you can do is you select snare 1 here, and then you can click on this one to select a new snare sound. You can scroll down, you can see there are many on board. Another little trick is if you use the right mouse button here and you click over the name with the right, it audition it. So you don't load the preset inside the drum pad, but you can audition it. So that's a very nice way to, so if you like this one, you just simply add it. And now it's loaded, and I take another clap, I go to the clap and take one of the other claps here. So this is also a way, in the manager you also can create your own drum kits using the pads here, and then select one of the presets. Okay, one point about the sequencer, the system of the sequencer, I showed you that we can change the pitch from a groove, from one sound in the groove, is that it has a kind of static groove, but you have a lot of freedom. What you still can do, I don't know if you can see the keyboard here, but when I play, for instance here, the sequencer, I still can play live the other sounds. So you can combine triggering the grooves together with playing live. So if I play, for instance, this little piece of music, it's simply a pad sound, and while hitting the grooves, I also can combine with individual sounds. So that's a very creative way of using these sequences. You fire a groove, but you still combine it with playing live or recording that in your music host. Another thing which people like about Punch is having the easy page. And let's take another preset here. We go to, for instance, this one. I take another tempo. Okay. One thing with the easy page, it's very great if you want to do spontaneous changes in your sound. You can also control them by MIDI latch. So address right mouse button and latch to MIDI and just turn the knob. And they are latched to the controllers you select. Okay, maybe you would think, okay, this is cool, Rob, but it changes all the sound from a certain percentage. Well, we thought about it because it indeed changes the sound from the pitch of the synthesized sounds, or the pitch from the sampled bass sounds, or the decay, or the cutoff frequency of the filters which are used in all the synth modules. But what we did is, if you go back to the, for instance, the bass drum, and you say, oh, I don't want to make the bass drum changed by the easy bass, then you go to this pad or this sound, this bass drum in this case, for instance, and you click on easy page bypass. Then this bass drum stays steady. It's not changed by the easy page. So when I go back now to the easy page and I play, I still can change the presets here. By the way, if I click here, it goes to the middle position. And you can hear that the bass drum stays steady. So the sounds which you don't want to be changed by the easy page, you simply can bypass. And if you make a setting, you always can use that or save that inside your preset. Just rename your preset with your own name, save it to this, and all the settings you made are saved. So within each preset you have essentially your own easy setting option. Another thing we added inside Punch in the newer versions, inside the mixer, this is the mixer, you can control very easily depending on the volume of the sound. But if you click on the left mouse on the name of the, for instance, the bass drum here, you can also select the output here or mute one sound. So little gems and new features inside Punch. Another thing is about Punch, we have, of course, in a couple of weeks, always new presets. So always register your product and then check regular if there are new versions with new presets and new sounds. Thank you.